Welcome to the Sylvio O. Conte National Fish and Wildlife Refuge. Expanding over 36,000 acres of land, this refuge contains important floodplain forests that encourage biodiversity and are home to important migratory birds and pollinators alike. We are Team 8, and we work with Cynthia Boettner from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services to control 3 invasive plant species, bittersweet, autumn olive, and buckthorn, that crowd out native plants important to local wildlife.
The first invasive species that we worked on was bittersweet. It is a vine native to China, Japan, and Korea. You can identify this vine by the reddish-yellow berries at the top of the vine and the vibrant orange color of the roots. It also twines itself around native trees and strangles them, which is why they are such a problem in forests. They also block sunlight once they have grown to the tops of forests, which results in many native species dying. It was introduced to the U.S. in the late 1800s when the berries started commonly being used as decoration.
Bittersweet is a vine that grows up and over trees. This is it here. In this case, it twined around itself, but it's working its way up into the tree. And I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, but there's berries growing up there on the ends of the vine. And what happens over time is it can really destroy a forest. And this floodplain forest that we're working in now is really important for migratory birds and breeding birds. So we're trying to save the trees from this bittersweet.
Autumn olive is a hardy and prolific plant native to Japan. It was commonly planted in the 1940s to revegetate disturbed habitats in North America. Unfortunately, autumn olive has become invasive in many areas, to include nearly all of New England, in part because it is able to fix nitrogen content in the soil.
Another invasive species we worked on removing was the common buckthorn. You can identify this plant by the teeth-like edging of the leaf, and the leaves are usually directly across one another from the stem. One reason as to why buckthorn is invasive is because it has no predators to contain its growth. Another is it outcompetes other native plant species for sunlight and nutrients.
Now that you've cut the vine, I'm going to be treating it with herbicide. So what we do is we just dab it with this triclopyr product, and that will actually kill the roots.
While working with Cynthia at the National Wildlife Refuge, not only did we learn about identifying invasive species, but we learned about the importance of volunteering and contributing to one's community, the environment. Environmental leadership plays an extremely important role in natural resource conservation. Considering the current state of the environment, environmental leadership is necessary because it helps small and large communities alike preserve their natural resources, such as soil and forests. If everyone in the world volunteered more, no matter how small the task, our world and environment would be a much better place than how it is currently. That is why you, the viewer, should get involved in your community and reach out to see what volunteering opportunities are available.